to get connected. Hello, all. Good morning and a warm welcome. Thank you for joining Indian Lawyers Association event today on a very important and interesting topic of how lawyers can grow their legal practice. So before I hand it over to today's speaker, a little bit about ILA. Indian Lawyers Association is a national non-profit organization, a platform for all legal professionals who come forward. Just a second, yeah. Who come forward, share, grow, learn, network, and we do this with an objective to strengthen India's legal system and make it one of the best in the country. So we do this by way of having local chapters across different cities in India. These chapters add a lot of local flavor to how ILA operates in each city. So somebody does a lot of online events, webinars on different topics. Somebody does in-person activities, workshops, trainings. A few people even do social and cultural activities. So it's a group of lawyers, very interesting, exciting things happening. And we would wish to welcome all of you to join ILA in your own city. If there's a chapter already existing, great, you can be a part of that. Or you can just let us know and you can form a chapter yourself. So after this event, either tomorrow or either today or Monday, we'll share details of how ILA operates and how you can join. So with this, I'll hand it over to today's speaker, Professor Jharna Jagtiani. Jharna, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madurai. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in for today's session. So today's session is something which is really interesting and I think important for most of the lawyers as to how they can grow their business. But before we get started, I will just give a brief introduction about myself. I am a qualified lawyer and currently I'm an academician working at a law school in Bengaluru, which is called IFM School of Law, where I focus mainly on skill development and career coaching of budding lawyers and law students, how they can plan their career, how they can move about, how they can start their own practice. So I really thank ILA to give this opportunity to share my knowledge and my experience with my fellow practitioners to help them grow their business too. So without taking much time, I'll just get started with today's session. Is my screen visible? If somebody can confirm that, please.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so let's get started to understand how we can grow your legal business or legal practice. So today, my focus will be on these four outcomes and takeaways that I would want all of you to take. One is enhanced clarity on your niche and goals. Second is improved consistency in your services. Third, compelling and very effective and easy to implement client attraction and retention strategies. And a step-by-step practical guide, how you can focus on different things while growing your legal business. So let's get started. I would really want if you could just have 2 minutes of patience to know a bit about me so that you know who am I and what do I do and do I really have the credibility to be here or not. So like I said, I'm an assistant professor at a law school in Bengaluru. I have also practiced as a lawyer in terms of litigation, mediation, arbitration, consultation, and being a legal consultant to startups and professionals and celebrities too. I mainly specialize as part of my practice for working with startup, MSMEs, provide them legal services, policy making, and other consultancy services. I also have my NGO, which is called Prerna Foundation, which is into legal awareness and more social impact activities. But primarily, we ensure to focus on having people having more awareness of law as a subject so that they're well aware as to what they're supposed to do and how they can reach out to lawyers. I have also worked with a lot of institutes, whether it is management institutes or national universities or other private law schools, in terms of guest lectures, helping them with their other curriculum and training activities. My um, endeavors are also recognized at national level in terms of helping women to develop their own businesses, set up their own businesses, and something which I really am I passionate about is skill development and legal education and legal awareness. So yes, that's me. So let's move forward to address your challenges that you face to grow your legal business. So before we get started, I would like to understand what are the challenges that you're facing right now to grow your legal practice. If you could just put down in the comment box, it would be helpful. Or if you're comfortable coming up on camera and unmuting yourself, that is also absolutely fine. Amrita, is the chat box open?
Yes, ma'am, it's open for everybody.
And once you're watching this live, you can leave down comment on the YouTube or the platform that you're watching this live on. So if you could share one problem or some challenges that you're facing to grow your legal business, it helps me to make sure that I address that as part of today's interactive session. Okay, so Trisha says, finding clients as a very young lawyer, being 26, is one of the challenges that she faces. What about others? I'm sure there will be some challenges that you would be facing. If you're here, then definitely there is something that you're facing that you would want to find solutions for. So please let me know in comments box. It can be anything. It can be with respect to your clients. It can be respect to finding your specialization. It can be respect to don't know how to go about certain things. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So never mind. Let's move a little forward to understand that how how huge is legal fraternity and how you can take it forward. So as per Bar Council of India statistics, there are more than or over 1.4 million lawyers registered with them. So you can understand that how huge can be the market outside and how huge is the competition outside to survive. I mean, it's not me, it's the statistics that is shared by the Bar Council of India. So of course, there are a lot of challenges that everybody is facing, including you and me. So initially, I would do that, but later on, once I reflected on how am I getting clients, how am I able to deal with it, that gave me a good understanding as to how I can address them. So I've narrowed down them, to three C's, which can be easier for you to implement and understand. So first is clarity. So once if you don't have, clarity is something which is your guiding lamp or guiding map in terms of, this is where I start, this is where I want to go, this is my final destination where I want to reach. In between, you will have a lot of obstacles, you will have a lot of trial and error, you will have a lot of, hiccups. You can also have a lot of evaluation or introspection that you need to do to get the clarity in place. Like for me, while I was pursuing LLB, I had that one thing very clear, that I don't intend to practice as my primary mode of practice. I don't want as litigation. I would love to have an exposure in litigation. I would love to understand it, but it would not be my primary mode of practice. So there I had a clarity that, okay, I don't wish to get into litigation. And even apart from litigation, I was very clear that, there are certain field of practice that I don't intend to get into, or certain subject matters I don't want to get into it. So while I didn't had the thought that, okay, these are certain things which I don't want to do, I didn't really had a clear idea as to what I have to do. But at least there was an elimination process that went on going, and okay, no litigation, no this, no that, no taxation practice, no GST practice, no family law practice, or no money laundering or anti-money laundering practice, or no NI practice. So that gave me a clarity that, okay, at least these things I don't want to get into. So once my that list got sorted, I had a clarity that, okay, now I have to find out what are my other options that I can look forward to. So this is also clarity. It's okay. Even if you don't know what you want to do, it's fine that you get started with what you don't want to do. That gives the starting point of clarity. So clarity is more of, while you're embarking on your legal journey, you need something as a clear map to identify your path and destination for your entire practice, that yes, this is where I wish to be, or this is where I want to be. Also, it is more about, how do you specialize? What makes you different from me or from others? Because just to give you a perspective, if you're a general physician, or if you're, a general doctor, you can just charge a limited amount. But if you're a neurosurgeon, or if you're a dermatologist, you have an ability to charge more because you specialize in certain particular subject, or you specialize in particular ailment, or you specialize in giving them particular solution in a particular space. So same applies here. If you are somebody who is into 10 subject matters, or 10 different places of law, it's difficult for you to have a clarity, because one day you're working on a property case, next day you're working on a divorce case, next day you're working on a taxation case, next day you're working on a NI case. You don't know where are you going. So you don't really have that kind of clarity where where you want to be, or what you specialize into, or what is that something which is unique about you. So when somebody is asking you a question, what is your practice into, you just have a list of cases that you have done, but there is no specialization, there is no clarity. So it's like just chappan bhog thali that you serve to clients, right? But no idea as to what is that one thing that you're good with. So this is where clarity impacts your practice. This is one major, one major challenge which I have realized that most of us faces, and especially the ones who are initially starting, who are not working with law firms, starting, by themselves. Clarity is really important, because it is a strategic decision that, yes, this is where I want to be. Like for me, after, doing elimination, while I started, putting up things that, okay, these are certain things which I can explore, ADR was the one that came up as my first, option, that, okay, I can get into a space of ADR. Now there also you have option of arbitration, mediation, conciliation, and so on and so forth, other processes. Let's start learning what is it. Let's start my research there. But at least here is where I'm clear that this is what I want to get started with. I was open to experiment with something like this. Okay. Moving forward. Now, clients, this is the statistics, what it says as per a lot of legal publications and client surveys, that clients are increasingly looking out for specialized legal services in India, leading to growing demand of lawyers in expertise in specific niches. Now, if you are worried about the fact that AI is going to replace you, AI will never replace you, for the very simple reason. Today, you have subjects like AI and law, where you have a lot of institutes offering courses there. You have practices which is into cryptocurrency and AI only. Now, this you didn't have before the launch of cryptocurrency, or before AI could come into picture. So that means there is more opportunities for us as lawyers. So if we are able to have our niche or specialization in place, believe me, there are clients who are looking out for you. So now, if I'm sure you will have a question as to how do I understand what is my specialization, or how can I get my niche in place? So here is where the step-by-step guide comes into picture. So first is your self-assessment. Now, self-assessment in terms of what am I good at? What are the cases that I've done till date? Is this something which I am passionate about as a subject? Analyze it. That is your self-assessment. And when you have your answer, keep it there. Do a bit of market research that, okay, are people really looking out for my services? Who are they? Who is my target audience? Do a bit of a target market research. Third, competitor analysis. Is somebody else is also in the space of AI and crypto? If not, let me focus there because future is that. So have competitor analysis done. And if you have competitors, you're like, okay, study your competitors. Now study your competitors and also understand what is your client looking out for. What is your client needs? Now align your expertise with your competitors, differentiation and what is your client looking out for. Moving forward, of course, because this is something which comes out of passion, there is always a commitment attached to it. Make sure you stick to that. Because if every month you keep on changing your specialization, you will never have a clarity. So please make sure that you are able to stick to it for a long time. So give it a through and through thorough thought about it. Also, while you're planning your services, what is your unique service proposition? What is that different thing that you are offering to your clients, what other lawyers are possibly not? What makes you different? What is that something that they should reach out to only you? Okay, so please have your unique service proposition in terms of that, okay, you know what, I can give you, consultation free along with drafting, or, there is a package that I'm providing you, or I am the only one in this area who is specializing in a particular subject matter. So please have your unique service proposition ready so that your credibility and authority in that particular space is built or created. Now then comes your testing and validation. Reach out to people, talk to them, give things to your client, get feedback. Now that is where testing and validation or trial and error comes into picture. You don't get clarity overnight. Please understand this. It is a long process of trial and error, so that okay, this is working with my clients. This is somewhere they're looking out for more, or this is something which they're expecting more. So I would make some necessary changes here. Or maybe, I'm not able to handle these matters. Let me not focus on this. So from there, you refine and have a focus on, okay, this is what I exactly want to do. So here is where you have complete clarity. Now, outreach and exposure strategy is where you make sure that people know about it. What is the point of you just keeping your service up to yourself? Clients will not dream that you exist in the market. You need to go out, start talking to people, start attending conferences, and you'll have more understanding as to, how people are perceiving the subject matter. Go out, talk to people. That is very, very important. So this is a quick step-by-step guide to get your clarity in place so that you understand, okay, this is my specialization or this is my niche that I wish to practice. So I just want to know, is this going absolutely fine? Or is this something which is, you all are looking out for? Is this, do you have any query here, or do you have anything to ask or share at this point in time? Please feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Dinesh, any queries from your side? You are on mute, can't hear you. Would you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Yes, Dinesh.
Yes, ma'am. It's everything is going good. Please can continue the session.
Okay, so assuming that there is no queries, I'll move forward. So now that you have clarity in terms of that, okay, this is my subject matter, or this is the niche that I wish to practice, there is something what you call as consistency. Because if you're not consistent with your service, you can't have trust, reliability, and excellence in your legal services. Because there is no trust, you will never have client. Client cannot trust you, they will never come to you. There is no credibility, and you will never be able to grow your legal practice. So this is very clear that consistency is more than, repeating the same task or same actions again and again. It's more beyond it. It's more of, creating a foundation to grow a successful or excellent legal practice. Now, it is not just a concept. It is an advantage that you can take, you can take benefit of. Now, unless I have not been consistent with my ADR practice or with my outreach activities or with ensuring that, okay, I'm continuously focusing on my trial and error process, I wouldn't have been able to narrow down that, okay, this is something that I'm looking out for in terms of my practice. Like I said, this is not an overnight process. It is something which will come with time. So something to focus on in terms of consistency, you can establish your standard operating procedure. That is, this is what it is. You have a standard, a procedure in place, whether it is with respect to clients, whether it is respect to document preparation, whether it is respect to research, onboarding of clients, communication with clients, lot of things. You just can't be treating people differently. So for example, today, if Dinesh, Amrita, or Madhura or Vishal is my client, I treat them differently as per my whims and fancies. That's not how it works. If that's how I'm treating people as per my whims and fancies, there is no consistency in my practice. I am not, focusing on building that trust with my client, and hence I'm not reliable. And therefore, I will not have a stable practice. So give everybody a consistent attention, or there is a consistent process, which is called SOP, which is standard operating procedure. Whether it is Amrita, whether it is Dinesh, whether it is Madhura, whether it is Vishal, anybody, this is my onboarding process. This is what they have to do. They have to pay me X amount of money in advance. These are certain documents that I would need. If they don't give me, I'm not able, I can't take the work forward. Simple. So you have to make sure that there is a standard protocol so that this saves your time. You're more productive, you're more focused, you're able to focus on what is client looking out for you. Your job is to advise clients, your job is to help your clients. You can only do it when you have enough time in hand. If you're busy just onboarding clients differently, there is no process, there is no procedure, you can't be consistent. Simple. So there is substantial value in the market. It is like literally $1 billion market, and it still continues to grow. Whether there is AI, whether there is tech, whether there is COVID, whether there is anything. In fact, during COVID, there were a lot of breach of contracts. They would only go to lawyers. There's nobody else specialized to take care of it, right? So at no point in time, I find that, we will ever be out of work. It's just that we need to find our niche. We need to have our clarity there and be focused and consistent. Now, being consistent is something, again, there is a step-by-step quick guide for it. One, please create your standard operating procedures, whether it is for client onboarding, whether it is for, having your documentation in place, whether it is for legal research, whether it is for sharing documents, communication with client, communication with your team, everything there is a standard procedure. You're not deviating it even in exceptional circumstances, because this is what it is. The day you deviate, there is no consistency. So standard operating procedures, that's where it comes into picture. Have your case management system or software. Now, I understand case management softwares are very expensive. Yes. You can develop your own system using Excel sheets. It's not that difficult. Google Sheets are free. Excel is default app on our devices. So you can use Excel sheets for case management, that okay, this is what I did, this is the next date. Have your case management in place, that this is what happened, this is what is the next date, these many people were there, this is the counsel who is from the opposite party. Have your own case management system. It's absolutely okay that initially you can't afford a case management software. Yes, they are very, very expensive. So create your own basic system initially to get started. As in when you progress, you think, okay, now that my business is increasing, I need a software, invest into it. It is not an expense, it is an investment into your business. Next, communication protocols, whether it is internal team communication or communication with external stakeholders, that is institutions, client, lawyers or counsel, there has to be a protocol of communication that, okay, this person is point of contact only. You can't have your entire team or, everybody handling communication. This will lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. You'll end up losing your clients, you'll end up losing your relations that you have built up over a period of time. And any deviation in any process that you do is not consistency. The time you deviate yourself, there is no productivity, you're not able to focus, you're not able to grow your business. Simple. Have templates and documents automation ready. Now, this is something which is optional. At initial stage, you can have templates ready that, okay, this is how the email needs to go with an update. This is how, the further documentation needs to be asked. Have your templates in place, whether it is for legal documents, whether it is for, affidavits, whether it is for notices, whether it is for email. Have your templates in place, because if you are clear that this is my subject matter expertise or this is my niche or specialization I want to get started with, there are certain standard templates that you'll always have. So have your templates ready so that it's easier for you to modify few things here and there, and then you can get started with it. You're not wasting too much of time there. Also have a client onboarding process. Now, there are times while, you would possibly need certain documents from client to get started with. Because there is no process in place, the client is taking their own sweet time, you're not able to move forward. So have a client onboarding process in place so that they also know that, yes, they are with a team or they are with a professional whom they can trust, who is capable to take care of their disputes, who is ready to, represent them, who will always work with them in good faith. Have a process, spend time with them to understand what are they going through and get things done as part of client onboarding process. Later on, it just goes haywire. So please make sure that you have a client onboarding process in place. Next, have regular team meetings, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, anytime. Please have your regular team meetings so that everybody's on the same page. It should not be that, okay, one team member has an update, whereas the other one has no clue what's happening. So that's not how it works. So please make sure have your regular team meetings so that everybody's on the same page. Everybody has the right set of communication to follow the communication protocol. Feedback and evaluation. Get into regular system of feedback from your internal stakeholders, that is your team, as well as from external stakeholders, so that you can improve. Continual improvement, evaluation, feedback is very, very important. There are times wherein things can be simplified. There are times wherein things can be amended, but this helps you to be more consistent. Now, consistency does not mean that you don't change or you don't evaluate or improve. It's just that you have to continuously keep on doing same actions, and it's beyond that. It's more of building trust. It's more of building, your credibility, reliability from the client, from your client towards you, and also building an excellent foundation or a strong foundation for your legal practice. Moving forward, the last C that I would have is clients. Now, I'm sure without clients, none of us can survive. We need clients. And I'm sure there's nobody who would deny this. Will anybody deny here that we don't need clients for a legal practice? We need it. And that's where our practice thrives on. So as a legal professional, please understand that they are the literally lifeblood of a practice. Whether it is an institution, whether it is individual, whether it is association, whether it is anybody. We are always in a position to help somebody. And that is only possible when you have your specialization in place. You are continuously practicing in that particular space. Sorry. You're continuously practicing in that particular space to build your credibility and reliability. And that's where you will have clients coming to you that, yes, you know what, I know you only very specifically practice in negotiable instruments matters. I want you to handle my case. Oh, you're good with your child custody matters. I only want you to focus on that, and I want this matter to be handled. So you will only have clients recognizing you because these days they look out for specialized lawyers in particular space. They don't want somebody who is, just generally practicing everything. So I'll just give you a quick reference. There is this advocate called Vishal Suhas. He's also part of this seminar or webinar. He practices very specifically in ADR. He also, so he knows that, okay, this is what my specialization is and this is what I want to do. And that's why clients reach out to him for his services. So it's not that overnight he had this practice developed. It did take him a lot of time to focus on, going through the entire process for the city. So that's how clients know you and you're able to meet their expectations. And yes, how you can get clients, but before that, referrals and word of mouth recommendation play a significant role in growth of legal practice. So if somebody says that, okay, you have helped them really well, trust me, they start talking to people because you have actually addressed their concern and got them what they're looking out for. And this is not something that I say. I'm sure there are a lot of practitioners and their client testimonials will definitely say this. And they would also agree that if I refer today somebody, they will be more than happy to recommend that person to others if that person has helped them. So quick, how do you attract your new clients? These are 3 strategies that I would give: network and referrals. Please network with people around. I can't emphasize on how it is important for you to go out and talk to people. Unless you don't tell people that, yes, I work in the space of ADR or I work in the space of AI and law or AI and tech, people don't dream of it. You never know who is looking out for your services. So go out to conferences, business meetings, clubs, any kind of get together, meet people, interact with them, tell them that this is who you are. Referrals, please. I have seen a lot of lawyers who are very shy to take referrals. Please don't do that. Referrals are something which is, which comes with a lot of recommendation and with a lot of, trust. If I recommend today Amrita to somebody, that means I have trusted Amrita with certain things. Or if I refer Vishal somewhere, I know, yes, he is good with his work. So it comes with a lot of trust and credibility. That's when people refer you. So please make sure that, you are ready to ask your clients that please give me reference. And please don't shy away because that comes with a lot of trust and credibility. You don't have to put in a lot of efforts because you've already addressed somebody's concern. And they will be more than happy to, give referrals to others. So please feel free to ask. As a part of, your gratitude towards them for referral, you can always give them back some kind of legal resource or some kind of, incentive in return of referral. It works the best. Next, please make sure that, you sign up for legal directories because they help you to get searched on LinkedIn. It helps you, not on LinkedIn, but on Google, anywhere. So if somebody is hunting for a lawyer specializing in, consultancy services, if Dinesh is good at it, he has listed himself in a lot of legal directories that, yes, he's a consultant, he practices in Madurai. People will get his details there. So there are a lot of free listing legal directories. Go reach out, fill in. It's just a basic sign up, which is going to ask you your photograph, which will ask you certain details of your practice, your contact details, your number of years of practice, where have you specialized, what kind of cases you have taken up, your place of practice. These are some small details that they would be asking you, and they'll be listing you for free of cost on their website. This makes it easier for people to find you through Google. Now again, SOPs. SOPs are like I said, it is standard operating protocol. Please make sure you qualify your clients before you talk to them. It just can't be that, you're taking anybody and everybody. You're not knowing whether I would be in a position to help them or not. So have a standard operating protocol or have a standard operating procedure where you're able to filter out your clients so that people know that, yes, these are the kind of people that this practitioner works with. You're not going beyond your comfort zone. This is what it is. You're not violating the understanding of consistency and clarity. So that's how you attract new clients. There are a lot more strategies here in terms of having content marketing, having a coach or a mentor to guide you how to go about it. There are a lot of ways to do this. Moving forward, now, of course, you also have your existing clients. How do you retain them? One is exceptional services. If you're not in a position to give or address their concern and exceed their expectation, they will never come back to you. There is a reason why we go to Starbucks. It is expensive, but we still prefer going there. For the very simple reason, their service is exceptional. They're very kind, they're very helpful. So when you're in a position or when you're providing exceptional services and addressing their concerns, people will come back to you. Also, they'll start referring you. Second, effective communication. Now, imagine if you haven't updated the client with what happened in the particular matter on a particular date in a court, the client is running behind you and you are like, oh, I too informed you, but then you have no idea whether it was done or not. So have, again, an effective communication protocol in place as part of your consistency. Give them updates, keep them updated that, okay, this is the next date. These are certain documents I need by this particular date, so that they also have clarity. The more clarity your client has it, the more it's easier for you to retain the client. They'll keep coming back to you again and again. Also, ask for feedback so that you can improve your services. Please don't shy away from asking feedback because this really helps you to improve. Fourth, stay associated with NGOs which are engaged into legal awareness, because this gives you an opportunity to have an exposure or share your knowledge with people. So if the ILA is in a position to give you, let's say, if you are practicing in, ADR space, if they're organizing sessions, people would know that, yes, you are an ADR practitioner and people will reach out to you. So always stay associated with NGOs who are engaged in legal awareness, because this can be one of the ways where you can have regular outreach. Your existing clients know that, yes, you have credibility to have practice in a particular subject matter. They also see that, yes, you know a lot of things related to it. That's where the trust also increases. Regular check-ins with your client, do reach out to them, ask if things are fine. Is there anything that they're more looking out in terms of services? For example, if you are a consultant with a startup, you're just regularly consulting them that, okay, this is how you need to go about it. These are the documents that you need to prepare. Also check with them, is there any drafting need? Is there any, compliance or policy making need? Have regular check-ins, because that's where you specialize. With regular check-ins, you can have your teammates also involved. That's where you retain client. So instead of a client having 10 lawyers for different things, they just have you and you have your team, which is going to help the client. So do have regular check-ins with your client if there is any more requirement or more concerns that you can address and help them grow. So yes, these were 3 C's, that is clarity, consistency, and clients. So yes, the forum is open to ask questions. Any questions that I can address? Visha, I hope I was able to address your concern related to clients. Yes, Visha.
So I have a question. So in terms of advocates, how important a person have to be visible?
It is important. I can't emphasize. You do a very good job there. I don't really have to emphasize.
So I request all of the participants also to actually switch on the camera so that they're also visible. So
This is one way of being recognized and being there for the community. The time you're there for the community, people start trusting you. And even professionals start trusting you. Imagine if I take this webinar with my camera switched off. Believe me, you're like, she's just some, spirit talking. We have no idea who she is. So please, thank you so much, Vishal. Please switch on your cameras, everybody, if you can. Okay.
Thank you.
Also, in terms of something that Vishal said in terms of visibility, please make sure you're visible online. You're visible at every event. You're visible to your clients. If you're not visible, people don't know you. You don't exist. So yes, anybody else? More questions? Amrita, anything from your end?
I don't think so, ma'am, because you have clearly answered everything. You have clearly given us so much of information regarding this topic. So I don't think it is requiring any questions, sir.
Thank you. Okay, I just have one request. If you could please fill in feedback form. I promise an exchange of feedback. I'll make sure that I share the resources that I promised to share with all of you. That is the PPT and certain proper step-by-step detailed guide as part of it. So I'll share the link in the chat box. If you could please share, that would be helpful. So I have shared. Yes.
We want more about this growth of lawyers in practicing. We want more into this subject. You have given a just introduction about these things like clarity, clients, and feedbacks, and how we want to get into these NGOs. Those are the steps you have given a gist of this, and how we are going. Likewise, we can make this event monthly wise. Uh, in each part you can do, no?
Yes. So what I have done as part of the Google form, I have given an option to participants if they're interested in having a consultation with me for 15 minutes for free. The reason, everybody has a different challenge. Everybody faces it their different way. So maybe as part of that call, I can address those. And yes, they can reach out to me and I can address their queries. Or maybe they can reach out to you, or you can arrange a monthly session that can work good, is what I can suggest right now.
Yeah, understood. Again, Amitra ji, the thing is, who are interested in ILA, they can also can text in what like chat, or you can ask our other advocates who are interested in joining today's session. They ask them to join the ILA, then they can be part of their districts also, and they are in which area they are in, they can also join over there. No, please give the things how to join those things.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Anything, Jayarna ji, you want to share with us?
Yes. While you're filling the Google form, please make sure that you do join the WhatsApp community. That's where I'll be sharing all the resources and everything, so that it's easier for you to have access to it. So you can get a clear idea as to how do you go about it, whether it is the PPT or anything else. So once you join in the community, you'll have access to me. You can let me know if there's anything that I can help you with. I'll be more than happy to assist you for this.
Okay, so I don't think there are any queries right now.
I can't hear you, Amrita. Could you please be a
Your
little
voice is
louder?
not audible.
Hello, am I
Hello?
audible?
Janaji, we can ask the opinion about the meeting no to Vishal sir, Ilambardi sir, Maheshwaran sir, and a lot of people here, Bhargavi, Kanyashri, Shweta ma'am, Dhanlakshmi, Satya Prakash. We can ask simple words, no? Sir, please, Vishal bro, please.
No, I didn't get it. What do you want me to say? About the feedback, is it?
Words about
No, so he's suggesting that how things. So he's suggesting in terms of how sessions like this is helpful for lawyers. So
Definitely. I think, see, one stage where I think lawyers, advocates, we struggle is because there is a law which prevents us from doing marketing. Very simple. Any other professions, we have marketing, we can do open, publicize, advertise, but lawyers have to do in a much more educational way, right? We have to educate people. So this is where these small things are would be really helpful, especially even right from established lawyers to even starting people who wants to start up. Definitely, it will boost their career because when they start, they will be confused and a lot of confusion where to start, who to approach, and these kind of webinars and workshops will be definitely it will help them along. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I'll just share the feedback form again so that the ones who missed out on it can fill in. Please fill in the feedback form. This helps me also to improve, and it will give me more, better way to provide or help a lot of you to improve your legal practice. So please give me your feedback. It will help me also to improve. So yes, we are in talks in terms of having something like this as a regular session or a weekly or a monthly session so that everybody is benefited out of it. And as lawyers, let's help each other because that's where the entire community gets benefited. So yes, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for your kind words. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kangeshri. That means a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Jharna ma'am, for providing us such insightful information about how we can develop ourselves as lawyers, how we can develop ourselves, develop our careers in lawyers. So we'll definitely conduct more such sessions in future.
Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you, ILA and Dinesh and the team to give me this opportunity. Thank you so much. Dinesh, please unmute yourself, no?
Thanks everyone who joined today, and we'll meet up in our next session soon. And thanks Janaji, and thanks Amritaji, and thanks Madhuraji, and thanks once again to ILA team who hosted all those things. And we'll be meeting in another meeting soon.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.